Hello, dear students. I am Aygul Khanizade, math instructor at the courses of Leznik&Co. Today we will talk about probability, and probability of the event A is denoted by the letter PA. And we have special formula in order to calculate the probability of any event. It is the fraction in which in the denominator we have amount of total events, and in numerator we have amount of needed events. So let's suppose that we have a jar. There are 13 balls inside of it, and 4 of which is green, 5 of which is red, and 4 of which is blue. So let's find the probability of choosing a red ball. So we have amount of total events, it's 13. So we will write 13 in the denominator and 5 in the numerator. Why? Because the amount of needed events is 5. Now we will talk about the keys of probability. So what are keys of probability? There are total 6 keys of probability. First one, the probability of impossible event is 0. P is 0 when we have impossible event. Like, let's suppose that we have a jar inside of which only red and black balls. If find the probability of choosing green ball. So it is impossible. Why? Because we can't choose green ball inside of jar where there are only red and black balls. Second one, the probability of the event, which is always occur, is 1. P is 1. For example, let's suppose that we have again one jar inside of which only white and black balls. Let's find the probability of choosing either white or black balls. It's 1. Why? Because any chosen ball will be either black or white. Second one, probability of probability of any event is always between 0 and 1. Why? Because I said it before, probability is the fraction, yes, where we have number of total events in the denominator and number of the needed events in the numerator. So it is not possible to get the amount of needed events greater than amount of total events. It will always be less or equal to the amount of the total events. So we will get the fraction between 0 and 1. It also can be 0 and 1. And fourth one, the total sum of the probabilities during the same experiment will be 1. Why? Let's go back to the same jar. Suppose that we have again 13 balls, 5 of which is red, 3 of which is black, and 5 of which is again white. And let's first of all find the probability of choosing red ball. It will be 5 over 13. 13 is the total number of balls. And black ball, it will be 3 over 13. And white, it will be 5 over 13. Add all of them. You will get what? 13 over 13 or just 1. And fifth one, the final probability of 2 independent events, or suppose that we have the word or in the question. So the final probability of 2 independent events can be found by adding 2 probabilities of the other events. It means that if we have word or, we will use addition. And sixth key is in order to find the final probability of 2 dependent events, here we will use the word and. We must take the product of probabilities of the events. Now let's look at the examples concerning fifth and the sixth keys. Suppose that we have 5 red, 6 black, and 3 white marbles, and let's find the probability of choosing first of all red, then black, and then red again. Now in this question we have used the word and, yes, and I said before that if we have word and, we will use multiplication. The probability of choosing one red is, we have total how many? 14 marbles. So probability of choosing red marble is 5/14. Now already one marble is chosen. We have remained 13 marbles, and we want second one to be black. Yes, it will be 6/13. And lastly, we have chosen again one marble, so we have remained 12 marbles. And again, choosing one red is already chosen at the first place, and we have remained 4 marbles. So 4 and 12 will be cancelled out. We will get here 3. 3 and 6 will cancel out. We will get 2. 2 and 14 will cancel out. We will get 7. And 7 multiplied by 13 will get 91 and 5 in the numerator. So the probability is 5/91. Now let's again continue. Find the probability of marbles not choosing in the order. Let's again, we have 5 red, 4 blue or black, and 3 white marbles. Let's find the probability of not choosing the marbles in the order of black, black, white. Always remember, here we will use the way which is called universal way. We will first of all find the probability of choosing marbles by the way of black, black, and white. Then we will subtract it from the total amount of probability. It's 1, yes. And so let's find the probability of choosing marbles in the order of black, black, and white. Here we used again the word black. So total we have how many? 12 marbles. So choosing black marble, it will be 4/12 multiply. So one black marble is already chosen, and we have remained 11 marbles, and 3 of them is black. Multiply by, now we want to choose white. It's 3/, but we had 12 marbles, but 2 of them is already chosen, so we have 10 marbles here. 3 and 12 will cancel out. 4 and 4 will cancel out. We will get 3/110. So it's the probability of choosing marbles in the order of black, black, white, but we want it to be not in this order. So we will subtract P final will be 1 minus 3/110. It will be 107/110. That's all. Now, on the 5th key of probability, I said that if we have two independent events, so we will use the word or, and we will add probabilities. Suppose that we have 5 red, 2 black, and 3 white marbles. Let's find the probability that first row marble is red or black. First one is either red or black. we know that the probability of choosing red ball is total. We have 10 balls, 10 marbles, sorry, and choosing first red will be 5/10. And we have used the word or, so we will add. Choosing black one will be 2/10. So we will get 7/10. The probability, final probability is 7/10. Now, the most interesting problems concerning probability is related with dice. Let's look at the dice problems. By the way, you know that dice have 6 sides, which is denoted from 1 to 6. Now, now let's look. 2 dice are ruled. We have 2 dice. What is the probability that the sum of 2 outcomes is 13? So we have total 2 dice, and by the way, the maximum number in 1 die is 6. So addition of 2 dice can be maximum 12. Yes. But they said that the sum of 2 outcomes to be certain, it is impossible. Yes, so probability is 0. And the sum of 2 outcomes is 8. Let's find probability of getting sides, the sum of which is 8. Now we want to find sum 8. For this, choose first and second side. If first side is 1, the second one must be 7, but it's impossible. Why? Because there is no side 7 in dice. And if the second one, if first one is 2, then second one must be 6. If first one is 3, second one is 5. First one is 4, second one is 4. First one is 5, second one is 3, and 6, 2, that's all. But this is the number of needed evens. They are totally 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, we have totally 5 needed evens. But what about number of total evens? Remember, we have 2 dice and they have 6 sides. For the first side, we have 6 variants. Yes, for the second side, we have again 6 variants. So 6 for this side, we have another 6 sides. So we will multiply them and we will get totally 36 variants. And then probability will be probability equals 5/36. Probability of choosing 2 sides for which sum is 8 is 5/36. Now, it's time to talk about the probability, which is called geometric probability. Geometric probability is have the formula P geometric equals area of the needed area or area of the total region. So let's suppose that we have square inside of which is given circle. And let's suppose that the side of the square is A. By the way, here, let's suppose that any point is chosen inside of square. Let's find probability. It belongs to the shaded area. Now, I said before, probability of geometric event is area of the needed event over area of the total event by the total region. By the way, here the area of the needed region is this, and this. How can we find it? By means of subtracting the area of the circle from the area of the square. Yes. First of all, let's find the area of the square. we know the area of the square. It's a square equals a multiplied by a squared. Now let's find the area of the circle. How can we find the area of the circle? From the geometry, we know that if any circle is in the inside of the square, so the diameter of the circle will be equal to the side of the square. It will be also equal to a, and we know the area for the square, area for the circle. Area for the circle is pi d squared over 4. It will be pi, d is a, and square of d is a squared over 4. That's all. Now let's find the area of the shaded region. In order to find the area of the shaded region, we will subtract circle from the square. Area of the shaded or will be a squared minus pi a squared over 4, or we can take out a square as common factor. It will be 1 minus pi over 4. So let's find the probability. The area of the total region is a squared. So probability equals, in denominator we will write a squared. In numerator we will write this one. A squared 1 minus pi over 4. A squared and a squared will cancel out. We will get 1 minus pi over 4. I hope everything became clear to you. Thank you for your attention. See you.